Today I want to show you how to draw realistic teeth that won't make your portrait look scary. Usually art teachers will tell you to draw what you see, especially when drawing from life like you would with a portrait. And it's great advice until you want to do a portrait of somebody that has a big toothy smile. Here's the smile I'll be drawing for both of my examples. So if you draw teeth exactly how they appear, it's a lot of small things in one area, and the edge of each tooth tends to be drawn as a solid line because that is essentially what it is. Teeth also come in different shapes and sizes, and to show this we would normally use a lot of shading. However, when you draw it this way, it doesn't always translate into a very pretty picture. Drawing dark lines between each tooth can create the appearance of space between the teeth that isn't actually there, and it can also make the teeth appear quite flat. So then you think, I'll use shadows to show that the teeth aren't flat, but then too much shading can make the teeth look dirty or unhealthy. This combination reads to our brains as being not quite right, even though we can see from our reference that this is what teeth look like. So when it comes to drawing teeth, we need to slightly alter the usual steps that we would take to show separation and shading. Instead of drawing a solid line between each tooth, draw a soft line that is darker at the top and bottom of the tooth, and keep it light, if almost nothing at all, in the center of the line. This shows that the tooth is slightly curved and you don't have that feeling of flatness, but you also don't add any extra darkness to the tooth itself. The other thing you can do is, even though teeth have their own shape and you want to show that with shading, try to avoid doing a lot of that around the lower half of the teeth, and instead show the shadow being cast onto the teeth from the mouth or the lips. You'll notice I'm adding more shading over the teeth at the corners of the mouth, and I think this is fine because it shows that the teeth are going backwards into the mouth, which is creating more depth. We just have to make sure that the front few teeth are catching as much light as possible. And I'd use these same steps for the lower teeth as well, even though I don't have them pictured in this particular reference. And I would avoid drawing any shadow being cast from the top teeth onto the bottom teeth, for the same reason that I wouldn't shade the teeth individually. It's probably not necessary, and it might look like decay rather than a shadow. And to quickly reiterate, this is another example of what I mean when I say a soft line. I'm just going to do a zoomed in version of what I'm doing between each tooth. So a darker line at the top and bottom, which fades into almost nothing at the center. And there you have it. You want to avoid drawing solid lines between the teeth and not give the teeth a lot of individual shading. Instead, you want to use soft lines between the teeth and focus on the shadows that come from the mouth itself rather than shading each tooth. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something, and thank you so much for getting this channel to over 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you'll enjoy my future videos. Thanks for watching!